everyone, it's Holcee and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to show you how to do a full face of makeup using only Maybelline products. So the reason I decided to do this video today is because I honestly went a little bit crazy on my shopping spree today and I ended up with a lot of things. So I thought I might as well make a video out of it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So let me know in the comments, what is your #1 must-have item from Maybelline? So before we begin, a little disclaimer: the reason I'm not using any beauty blenders today is because they're all in the wash. They're all currently wet and gross, so I'm just going to leave them to dry for today. So I'm going to be blending with my fingers, and then I have 2 brushes. These are literally the only 2 clean brushes I have left. It's honestly gotten to a stage where it is just so bad. Like, I absolutely need to clean my brushes. Like, I used to be so good. I used to clean them every single day, but now oops, I don't. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Coverstick Concealer, which is one of my favorite concealers I've ever tried. So today I'm not going to be using foundation because I didn't actually buy any more foundation because I already have so many. So I thought it's probably not necessary. Don't need it. So I'm just going to be using a concealer for today, which I think is fine because this concealer actually has such good coverage. So you don't really need to put on foundation anyway because it's just so good. And obviously I know this is a bit of a unorthodox way to apply concealer, but it just really helps for me when I'm using it as a replacement for foundation because then I can just get it everywhere. Okay, so that's what the concealer looks like. That's the kind of coverage it gives you. So then I'm going to move on to the Maybelline. Oh, I forgot to say the price. Hold on. Okay, so the Coverstick Concealer is $9, which I think is such a good price because there's honestly not that much product in there, but it is really effective and I do really like it. So the next product I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This one here was $16, so it is just a liquid concealer. So I just like to apply it below my eyes and I just spread it out here. And it just really helps to brighten up my skin and just make it look a lot more glowy. So this is the 15 Fair, and I find there is actually not that much product in this tube, which is definitely annoying, but you know, whatever. Alright, so I've got quite a bit on there. You can't really see in the camera, but it is insane. So I'm just gonna blend that in with my fingers and brighten up my skin. So anyway, let's move on. So next I'm going to be using the Fit Me blush. So this one here is in pink, I think. This one here is in like the very pinky shade, so it just looks like this. And this one here was $15. So I'm going to be using I'm going to be using my fluffy brush for this one. And this is the first time I've ever tried this blush, so I don't know how it's going to go, so we'll see. Wow, this is really nice. I don't know how well you can see on camera, but it's very like soft, peachy pink, really good for every day. And I love applying it with this brush because it's just so fluffy. This is really lovely. I'm just going to put a heap on just so you can really see it in the camera. This is so cute. This is probably my favorite blush at the moment. It just looks really like lovely and sweet. I really like it. For me, I find that my cheeks are quite red naturally, but this is a different kind of pink. This is like a soft rosy pink, not like I'm a tomato pink. Anyway, so next up I'm going to be using the Master Chrome highlighter. So this is the most popular one. This is probably the #1 Maybelline product that I have seen videos for. It seems like everyone is using this. So this one here is $20, which is quite expensive. I have used a lot of drugstore highlighters before and they didn't work. So we're going to see whether this one works or not. So, woo, very pretty. Alright, so I've got my brush here. I'm just going to dip it in. Ooh, it's very sparkly. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, this is better than the Too Faced one I have. You can actually see something. It's very kind of orange. It's more orange than I was expecting. I probably should have gotten the other shade because it's way too, you can actually, oh my god. I just spent like $50 on a Too Faced highlighter and you could not see it. Like barely at all. I'm so mad. This is definitely one of the best highlighters I've ever used. However, for me it is a bit too orange. I should have gone with the other kind of color one. It's not as popular, but it's like silver. I should have gone with that one. I feel like this color does not match with me though, but I really like how you can like see all the shimmery, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, I feel like this color definitely does not work with me, but it's so shiny. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to try and blend that out a little bit because I feel like firstly I put on way too much and secondly the color does not really match with anything else going on here. Alright, so that's not too bad. So next up, I'm going to be using my new lip liner. So this is the color Sensational in Nude. So this one here was $8.50. So I normally don't use lip liner, to be honest, so I'm going to have to look in the real mirror and we'll see how this goes. It's not hateful, so I'll just swatch it on my arm for you so you can see the kind of color we're talking about here. So I'm not quite sure what kind of lip color to do, so I do have a selection. So I have the Baby Lips color in Pink Lolita, and then I have the Light Sheer Addict, and then I have the Antioxidant Berry. Ooh. So I think I'm going to use the Pink Lolita one just because it is adds a little bit of color, so I'm not quite sure whether it's going to match the lip liner, but I'm going to try anyway just to see how it goes. I was worried it wasn't going to match, but I think that's actually fine. Like, I'm very happy with that. So next up, I'm going to move on to mascara. So I'm going to be using the Falsies Push Up Drama Mascara, which is my #1 mascara at the moment. At first, I didn't like it that much, but it is definitely growing on me because I find it really helps to lengthen your lashes and make them look like 10 times better. Oh, I forgot to say, this one here is $19.95, so $20. But I think it is definitely worth that. Like, originally I was like, oh, it's not worth it, but now I realize that it is actually quite good. Okay, so this is the look. I feel like it was quite simple. Like, I didn't use any bronzer, I didn't actually use any foundation or eyebrow product, but that is literally just because I didn't feel a need to buy an eyebrow product or buy a foundation, especially for this video, because for me personally, I just want to be really minimalist and have only the things that I need and only the things that I know I will use. So I guess this was kind of like a half first impressions, half like tutorial, because a lot of these products I have not used before. So the Master Chrome one, I'm really impressed with that. At first I was worried that it was going to be too orange, but after blending it in a little bit, I feel like it does really look really good. I'm really happy with this one. I think I will actually buy the other one, the more silver one. I feel like this is definitely the best highlighter I've ever tried. Like, I really cannot emphasize enough how much frustration I have with the Too Faced highlighter, the prismatic one, because I just put that on my face and nothing came up, and I'm just kind of like, why did I spend $50 on this when I could have bought this one for $20? Anyway, so this blush is also one of my favorite blushes now. I know I've only tried it once, but I just love the color. It's just so sweet and so cute. I'm really happy with that. So as for this one, the concealer, the Fit Me one, at first I didn't like it because I felt like it didn't really conceal that well. It didn't conceal blemishes, it didn't conceal redness, but I've started using it just to sort of brighten up the area underneath my eyes, and I find it works quite well for that. But I think for blemishes, I would prefer to use the Maybelline Coverstick, which, as you guys know, my number one concealer. So yeah, and then I have this one, of course, which I've already talked about. And then I have my selection of lip balm. So you guys know I always use this lip balm, always talk about them, always love them because they really help to keep my lips hydrated and looking good. And this lip liner, I can't really say it actually did very much. Like, my lips look the exact same as they would if I had just used the lip gloss by itself. However, I did actually fill my lips in before this video with the lip liner. Like, I didn't use it as a lip liner, I used it more as like a lip pencil, and I found it just went away within like 10 minutes. So I honestly feel like for $8.50, you really do get what you pay for. I feel like this one doesn't really add much of a difference and it doesn't really last that long, but obviously I have only used it 2 times, so I really have to keep experimenting. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, don't buy this, because I really haven't tested it enough. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to let me know in the comments what is your #1 Maybelline product, and I'll see you next time. Bye!